Welcome. It's Wednesday, 10:30. I guess that's time for Tony, Jake, Jen, myself, and Danny Dwyer to get together for another round of BSing. Let's do it.
Yes.
BSing.
Tony, calm down. Your enthusiasm is killing me today.
Well, I'm waiting for those three people that like to watch it every week to tune in.
We're up to 5 now. Come on.
Hey, Chris.
Jensen?
Brendan, Forest Grove.
So before we sign off, and I know we have a bit of a time crunch today, I will tell you why it's important to bring balloons with you when you travel. Got a great story that involves Luke Perry that I want to share with you guys. But first, let's start our round robin stuff. I finally saw Top Gun, you guys.
Yeah,
Finally.
that's a big moment. How old are you?
None of your damn business. 39.
39.
It only took you 20 years.
Just shy of 40 years to finally see Top Gun. Although it didn't come out till I was like 7, so you got to subtract that, but whatever. Tony has that bucket list of things he hasn't experienced, so that one's been high on mine forever, not by my own choosing. Everyone else saying, you haven't seen Top Gun? Well, so I did.
And?
Overrated.
Wait, that was a bucket list thing for you to go to a movie?
No, that was everyone else's like, you have to see Top Gun. How are you an American? Oh, because I am.
If I knew Harry, you were going to be a putz about it afterwards.
And not only that, it's 25 years ago, so now it's like the hype is all gone.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's
oh,
still
it's
one of the greatest
overrated.
movies.
Like,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not,
because
though.
it came out 40 years ago.
It feels like a 2-hour trailer for Top Gun. Like the whole thing is almost a music video, and it looks like
awesome.
it's like a bad episode of CSI.
But
You
gotta,
are the worst.
You got to go back to that day and time. That was like the filming of that and the action of it
yeah, it
was
was
just
awesome.
huge.
All right,
I call BS on
the
you.
song
Let me rephrase.
was
Doesn't
huge.
hold up.
And also, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It does. It's great. It's a great movie.
It's a
Top
good
Gun,
movie.
overrated. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments.
Hold on,
We'll
you don't
see.
get to say doesn't hold up. You didn't see it in the first place.
Yes.
Well, I'm
You
saying
have no frame of reference.
No, but I knew what happened in the 80s. I saw Iron Eagle. I saw all the movies from that era.
No. The phrase doesn't hold up is something that you saw back in the day. Like Ninja Turtles 2, I saw that. It was the best movie in the world.
Doesn't
and then
hold
I
up.
saw it like a year ago. Does not hold up. It is not still good.
I will tell you something cool about Top Gun. Last summer at our retirement, where we keep our RV, we did an outdoor movie night, and I blasted that movie on scene. I think
Did everybody walk away going,
No. Well, there was a few. Mojo. Anyways,
Sorry, I lost that love and feeling.
But but I have to admit, I think I scared the crap out of the neighborhood because it was one of my favorite movies. It still is, and I blasted it full blast through my DJ equipment. And oh my God, the gun scenes and the fighter jets flying
Awesome.
through was freaking everybody out. So it was awesome to see.
Who ages better, Tom Cruise or Danny Dwyer?
Oh, hey, no.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Only by a little.
Because he can afford the Botox. I can't. Anybody out there?
Tom Cruise doesn't need Botox. You shut your mouth,
It's
Dwyer.
not Botox. If a guy does it, it's Brotox.
He thinks he's
Botox,
from
yeah.
Aliens, so it's a very different concept.
That is
Okay.
true.
Scientology.
He doesn't need Botox.
I don't want to monopolize the whole time today, but any other overrated movies we want to throw out there? I know you might disagree with Top Gun. Okay,
We
fine.
do, so we're not saying any other. Are there overrated
You say
movies can
Goonies
think
all
of?
the time.
But I didn't watch Goonies in the first place.
Okay, so you watched it later in life and didn't quite get the connection as we would when
I
we
didn't
were
have the
kids.
nostalgia for it.
Sure, okay.
Well, you're from here. You know what? I wonder if it has something to do with you were born and raised here. So, like, for me to watch Goonies, it was all about that rock and that little town and
Astoria.
seeing that being in West Virginia. You know, I mean,
Right.
that was kind of a cool looking thing. You guys from here on the West Coast are used to looking at beautiful stuff like
But
that.
I agree that it's
Yeah.
inexcusable that I never saw it. I should have seen it as a kid, and I just never did.
And Joe was raised in the Gulf of Mexico down there in Houston, which is a nasty area. So he probably thought it was the most beautiful thing he'd ever
Well, we
seen.
had Galveston, and I'm like, oh, it looks like Galveston, but with prettier rocks.
I love Galveston. I love
and colder
Galveston.
water. By the way, Chris is flying 35,000 feet, says hello. Michelle says, how about that snow? Yes, it's snowing here, and it's
Yep.
March. Hey, Groundhog, what happened to the early spring?
Oh
you
my
jerk?
gosh, when
right?
did that start
And
happening?
check this out. Cody says, Jake, you're wearing Portland Winterhawks jersey. Are you a fan?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Of course.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
Is it in Portland? He's a fan.
Good point.
Yeah.
And I want to know how Chris, being about 7'3", can even ride comfortably on any airplane.
He
Good
probably
point.
paid for the A
Oh,
boarding pass to get
God,
seat
that's-
number 8.
Gotta
Clearly
be
he paid for the
miserable.
Wi-Fi.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
That's the airplanes were not made for people
first
over
class.
5'9".
Yeah.
If you have any overrated movies, add them to the comments, and we'll pop back in and,
We'll
and
tell
go
you
through
you're
some of those
stupid, too.
in a minute. I did, like you did to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Danny, do you want to throw one on the table and bail me out of this one?
For a movie?
No.
Oh.
Your topic today.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is kind of interesting. I think it might hit a nerve with a few people. Of course, everyone's still trying to hang on to their New Year's resolutions. I'm working out, doing our theme. Well, we experienced a new gym here in the building this week.
And it's awesome.
And it's killer. It's a great setup. It came with full amenities. I am so excited about it. But yesterday was my first day experiencing it. And, of course, there's a lunkhead in there. I'm like, dude.
Oh my
Gym
God.
etiquette. Why?
What do you mean?
Why? So basically, he's in there.
That's how some people work out, Danny.
I thought Tony, you said you didn't work out yesterday.
That was not me, but Jen had the same experience this morning.
I had it this morning.
So
No
hang
way.
on. Yes, hang on. So here's the thing. When you go to a gym and there's that guy that's like pulling up 50-pound dumbbells to curl to try and impress somebody and arching
To try and impress somebody.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude.
How many people were in the gym?
Let me finish.
You and this guy.
No.
So you thought he was trying to impress you.
No. Let me be clarified. It was 5:30 last night. That place was packed because everybody was coming downstairs.
Oh, wow.
But there's always that one guy who's always like, I'm the big man on campus, and he's curling 50-pound dumbbells, and he's doing it completely wrong. He's like throwing his arms, and he's not even doing it. And I'm like,
is he giving it one of these?
Yes. Yes. And now I'm like, okay, now
You should've went up and gave him a
you
tip,
look like
Danny.
a fool because you're squinting and hollering and dropping weights like you're a freaking madman.
He's dropping them?
Yeah, he dropped them.
That's
Can't do that.
annoying.
Illegal.
And then he's banging on the machines. And I wanted to go say something to him and like, dude,
You should have.
first of all, it's a new gym.
Don't ruin our
Be
stuff.
respectful.
Yeah.
And number two is, don't be an idiot. That's why I love the commercials for Planet Fitness. And I'm not giving them a free plug, but they always have the lunkhead thing, like no lunkheads allowed. Well, that was a perfect example last night. That guy was a complete.
And steroids are bad. Okay.
Yeah, I was
What
like,
did he
I really wanted to go
look
hit him.
like? What did he look like?
Oh, we're not going to shame somebody here.
I don't want to shame them. I want to know if it was the person that was in the gym this morning with me.
Oh, it is co-ed, so I guess it could
Yeah, he was. He's probably like around 5'11", older gentleman,
nope.
kind of brownish hair.
Nope, this kid
But
was
I'm like-
my height.
But I'm like, dude, come on. It's a new gym. And not only that,
4'11".
there was women in there. And he's
So
like,
what?
I know, but
Danny, you don't get to tell people how to work out either. Like it's that you felt uncomfortable, but that's
I know.
not his fault.
But
That's
here's
how
the
he
thing.
works out.
Here's the thing. I get it, but be respectful for it. Number
Of what?
one.
What did he do that hurt you?
Most
He
of the
intimidated
most
him.
loud grunters are just wanting attention. Though.
That's
Come
all
on.
it was.
You don't need
he
to
just
scream
wanted
out
the
like
attention.
that.
And,
Yeah.
and it was funny because everybody was like,
Did he look
our
good?
president,
Did he
the
look good?
CEO of our company was on a bike with headphones in, and he turned around and looked at the dude like, shut the hell up, jackass. So it was very funny. And I get it. If you're at Muscle Beach in Venice and you're lifting 400 pounds and you're squatting 500, hey, have at it.
Hey, where's he supposed to go?
Go to a gym.
You might be able to
Go
see
to
that.
the gym.
No, it's not. This is not a regular gym.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
it is. But you might be
to
able
the
to. You might be able to see what he looks like in Tony Russell's latest shirtless selfie in the background of the Instagram there.
Yeah, that
at
was
Tony
me.
Russell Radio.
That was me. I'm sorry, Danny. I'll quit.
No,
All
the guy
right?
in the background while you're taking the
I
picture.
was just
Oh,
like, come
yeah.
on already, dude.
The guy's got to work out. I mean, like it's there's no.
Well, I don't think that's any
No.
worse than this morning when I'm coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning and I drive by and some chick's got her booty up in the window on that elliptical just going at it.
Oh, you hated that, I bet.
And I'm talking about Jen Tays.
Well, that got weird. Hey, man, no pain, no gain, no noise, no joys.
It was cute. This morning I'm pulling up and I'm look up into the window and there's no one in there but this one figure. I see this one person, man, just going at it. I'm like, that's Jen.
You guys, I'm just shy of my 10th pound in a month and a week.
You got this.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've been hit. So the fact that gym is there, like I cannot even express what that does for my schedule.
It takes away all excuses, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, and I was working out in the gym in my apartment complex and just like the logistics of things and the timing and having to bring him with me and if he got hungry or whatever and then I had to having this right downstairs like on some days doing it in the mornings before the show. Oh, by the way, the showers are amazing, but the space where they leave that you think is going to be dry for your stuff, no, the water can get there too, it will.
It runs out.
So I had an experience in the shower a little bit ago. That
we thought you just wet yourself, so I guess that's
from the hair down.
Yeah.
I love because it's making me come to work early, so I get to see you guys at like 6:30 in the morning, which I know is really exciting.
Did you work out this morning too?
Well, no, but I got here early. It inspired me to get here early. I didn't go work out. I'm going to, though.
Wait, you came in to work out and then just didn't?
I was like gonna, and then I got busy, and then I didn't.
I agree, though, with Danny.
He's coming in early to save money because
little
he don't
bit.
pay for parking.
No, I went down there, and then I saw the guy with the noise, and I was like, nope, not going to be a part of that.
I agree with Danny,
Not
though, a
working
little
out
bit.
with
Like, yeah, the
runners.
guy has to have a place to work out, and it probably works out better with his schedule to be able to work out here, probably, too.
Right.
But also it's kind of intimidating because maybe there's some people like in the building
Right.
who don't know how to use the equipment, and they're like, oh, this is free for me now, and it's right here. Like, I have no excuses. And then they get there, and there's guys being like that, and they're kind of like, they don't. I know
why
that
some people don't go to the gyms.
Well, they're like those Peloton bikes. They're amazing.
Yeah.
But they're kind of, you don't know how to use them at first. And so somebody might be intimidated to go get on that and be looking like they don't know what they're doing next to the guy who's like, like, I don't know.
I don't want to be sitting there watching my Netflix queue on that bike and have to listen to every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, real quick, though. I worked out yesterday, too. And and this was like good for my ego. A gal stops me and goes, hey, I don't really know how to use this machine. Can you show me? And I was like, oh, lady.
You're like, which one? That one over there.
Lady, you read me wrong.
This is my first day.
I immediately started, I was looking at the diagrams on it. I was like, I think that's this one. Is there a manual? I don't know if it's clear, but I don't know what I'm doing here either.
Oh, that's awesome.
She might have been hitting on you, Jake, and
That's
you missed
funny.
it.
Maybe,
Went
but-
right over the head.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Happy birthday, April. She just said it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate you watching and
April
listening.
and I went to school together.
April Trent?
Maybe
Different
not.
April.
I know a
Hey.
different April who's a listener who
And
has a
also-
birthday today.
It's funny that they would be people named April that have birthdays in March. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Soup's
Sure.
weird.
That is weird, right?
Killer
Yeah.
joke. No joke.
Hey, it's what I do, man.
It is an interesting observation, though.
I mean, right? Hey, my name's January. I was born in
You're
September.
the king of observations.
Speaking of, let's observe your topic today, Jen.
Prom, which that season's like
Right around
some
the
people
corner.
are
Aren't you a
starting
little old for
now. Some are next month. Some are in May. Some are in June.
Yeah.
There is a school in New Jersey. This story has been around. I'm sure it's gone viral by now. I've seen it on every major news station. The administration decided to ban luxury like sports vehicles and limos for prom.
What?
And originally, when I found out about this, there was really no reason why. There was kind of just the title and like the school or whatever. But now it's come out that they're doing it for, in quote, safety and equality issues. And I'm like, you can't have your reasoning be safety and equality.
Why not?
That's actually the only reason they couldn't.
I mean, both.
Yeah, right?
Both of
Good
those
point,
make
Tom.
sense. Like, okay, because what they're doing is they're having all the kids meet at the school,
Right.
take buses to the place, and then bringing them back, which, by the way, they have to write it, and it costs $15. Like, first they're telling them what they can't take to prom, then they're telling them they have to take the bus, and they're making them pay for it.
Yeah, that's always fun to get dressed up in a tux and a gown and
Then
have to ride
get
on
on
a
the school bus. Like, so there's that. But my situation with this is like, if your main concern is safety of your students getting to and from the prom, okay. If your concern is equality, like some of the students who go into prom might not afford the limos and the other kids can show up, okay, that's a dumb thing, but it's a reason. But to have both of them, like, nope,
Why not?
nope.
Why not? Nobody says their main thing is
Because
safety.
why can't you just say safety and leave the equality out, even though
Because
maybe
that's also a piece of it.
Because it is a part of it is the equality part. They're trying to level the class line, the
Yeah, it's why,
Man calls-
that's why,
economic
that's why
class.
schools use uniforms.
You mean socialism?
Well, yes.
this is
Yes,
okay.
that's exactly what I
This
mean.
is the basis of my frustration for this, and you guys can call BS on it all you want because I'm just going to say I think it's bullshit. The
Well,
rest
that's
of
not
your
good.
the rest of your life is going to be like that. You will be
True.
driving down the road in your Honda, and there will be somebody driving next to you in a Lexus.
Right.
They had the money. They went and bought it. You don't have the money. You bought what you could afford. That is life. That is life in America. Why would you take away a limo from the kids who? Because if you put 50 kids in one of those limos, it's so cheap. Like,
Would you feel the same way if you couldn't afford that?
I didn't care.
Okay.
I did not care that some kids went and did that.
I see both sides, but I also see like
Don't dance here, Danny.
No,
Which,
I'm
which
not-
side do
no.
you want?
Come on, Dancy Danny.
I'm totally with having limos go do the thing. It's something that kids have always looked up
Yeah.
to go and
It's
do.
so
Sure.
fun.
And so some families can't afford it. So that's when you get together as a community or as a group for parent-teacher associations
Yeah.
to say, okay, we're going to rent 6 limos and we're going to do a fundraiser and do it that way.
Yeah, because I by no means growing up, me and my date alone could not afford a Hummer limo. That shit's expensive.
Right.
But if me and 10 other couples did it and we maxed it out to the safety limit, then we could totally all afford it because
Sure.
each of us paid maybe $80 back then.
Right.
Wait. So the issue is the transportation. So they can still wear tuxes and stuff, and doesn't that
They
cost
can
money?
wear dresses. They can wear tuxes.
Doesn't that kind of define the economic line there too?
There's no dress code to this.
I know, but what if one kid wears $1,000 like prom dress and another kid had to get theirs at Goodwill? Are they going to put a spending limit on the prom dresses?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's weird
Right.
that they would dictate one side of it and not that portion of it.
Sure.
It's so stupid.
Let me give you another angle on this.
Please,
Kind of off the subject. Do you know why my dad died a millionaire?
because he didn't
Frugal.
spend his money.
Because he was born with, he didn't have jack shit. He was raised in the coal mines of West Virginia, and he looked at people that had stuff, and he said, "That's what I want. One day, I want to have a nice home, and I want
Right.
to have nice cars, and I want to make sure my kids had."
Right.
I'll take that, and so when he take that and switch it to me, who has struggled with financially for the last several years, and just now starting to get it together, because my dad made sure I never had to struggle. And I always had the best things. If we'd have done limos back then, I'd have been in a limo. We didn't do limos. But and I've been amazed at since I've been single the last 2 years, I've met a lot of very powerful women who make big money, have great things, and are very successful. And almost all of them have the same story. They didn't have jack when they were younger. They would have never been in the limo, and they didn't get to go in the limo. Some of them even slept in their cars during college. But they looked around and they said, "I want that life,
Right.
and I'm willing to work hard for it," because no one handed them anything. No one said, "Here, we're going to make you equal." That you're doing them a disservice. When I know we don't want kids to starve. We don't want kids to have, we don't want kids to be embarrassed. But all at the same time, their motivation, what they're being taught is, if I want something in life, I'm going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
No one's going to hand it to them. And when we hand stuff to kids, they think that's going to continue. Like I did. I thought the world would always take care of me and life would always be easy and things would always work out. Guess what? No, man. You have to earn it.
Yep.
Valid point.
You got to earn it. And I think that part of, and there's extremes here. So,
Sure, but
you
to
don't
your-
want that kid to come to the prom and he's wearing old crappy clothes and stuff. Well, I hate that for them. But all at the same time, no one, once they get to a certain age, no one's going to give them anything.
Sure, but
Right.
to that point, let's
Yeah.
say it was a kid who's wanted to go to prom, and he worked his butt off at that fast food restaurant,
And
made
some
sure he
of
put
them
his money
do,
together
man.
to get a limo, and now he's being told he can't.
Right.
So to your point, what if they are going through that, and they did do all the right
Yeah.
things to try and earn it, and now the school's saying, nope, sorry, you got to ride the bus like the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty crappy.
And there's a difference here in that this is a school. This is not real life. This is
True.
a different thing. This is a school, and the kids are required to be there. So they are required to go to this place where
But they're required to go to prom?
no, not a prom.
Oh,
School.
prom.
To school.
School.
Yeah.
Anything
Right.
related with a school. Schools have to have balanced policies.
Right.
yeah, but
So
they're
it
not
can-
required to go to prom, though.
No, but they do have to apply their policies to prom.
Okay.
So if there's going to be equality laws and I'm all for it. I'm with this. My kids go to a school where there's some it's a high percentage of school lunch. I don't know what the term
Oh,
is.
yeah.
A lot of kids who need to
Yeah.
And I'm for
Assistance.
that.
Right. Yeah,
Let's make sure our
Yeah.
kids are fed. I'm
Assistance.
all for
Yeah,
that.
but they're not monitoring what cars these kids are driving to school. They're not monitoring what kind of car the parents who drop
But
them off
it's a
that don't
school
ride to
sanctioned
school.
event though. It is a school prom. This is not a private
So
prom.
so are the football games, but you don't have to ride a school bus to them.
Yeah, you do.
No, you get dropped off by your parents. You walk. You drive yourself. There's lots of different ways to get to a high school sanctioned football game that isn't required.
As a team, you're on the bus. As
Okay,
players, you're on the
fair
bus.
on the team, yeah. But as a spectator,
But as a spectator, as a fan of, and you're in 10th grade, you want to go watch. You're going to walk there, have your friends drop you off.
And again, the inequality of saying, yeah, y'all got to ride the bus. We're trying to keep it equal, but you can have a $1,000 suit and you can have a $20 Goodwill suit. You know what I mean?
And in addition to that, what I'm saying is from a point of view of somebody who has money relative to the society they live in. Like at our school, we got money, so I want my kids to know that they have that privilege, that they have that leg up, and to recognize it in others. I wish they would have uniforms at our school because I think that's a great thing. I think it helps everybody be on a level playing field, and it's not about the money that you have and the leg up that you have. I think it's great.
That's that point.
I'm all for that. With the limousine thing is maybe an extreme example of it, but it's good thinking.
Uniforms in school, I can understand because they want the focus to be on the schooling and learning and behaviors and things like that, and not on the clothes you're wearing. But on a fun night like your junior, senior prom, like since the beginning of a junior, senior prom, like this has been the big night that the juniors and the seniors look forward to. And to be honest, as somebody who's 30 years old now, there are not a lot of chances to get super dressed up in a tux and a dress and do all the thing. Like the last time
am I right, Tony?
The last time I did that was
I'm
my
dressed up. What are you
wedding.
talking about?
And so you just
nice
don't
t-shirt.
get the chance to do that very often as an adult. So I look back on like junior and senior prom, and I kind of wish I would have gone a little bit bigger and done a little bit more fun things than what we did, because I can afford it now, of course, but I have no reason to.
Well, and I think also it's so many schools in the years past, like we've all experienced it, and so kids look forward to that. Like, oh, I remember going to my first limo.
It's
that was
a
at prom. It was a
thing.
really cool thing.
Yeah.
This past year at school, though, for the middle school, they sent a letter home to us saying, if your kids are receiving an iPhone or an iPad, or make sure that you address it from mom and dad, not from Santa, because they don't want the kids who don't.
Oh,
who
look what
can't
Santa
afford.
brought me.
Right. How come Johnny got an iPad from Santa, but I didn't? Why was I not good enough?
Why does Santa hate me?
And right,
Yeah.
exactly. So that was a big thing. And that I understand. That's very, very.
It's the same thing.
I know, but I understand that as a parent, I'd be like, oh, it just breaks a kid's heart.
Right.
But I think taking it, like you said, with the uniforms, but taking a limo away from kids to go do something special, I think that's kind of a little over the top.
I felt the same way when I walked into the gym last night, and I'm like, why does he get to grunt and Danny can't? This is BS. We were running short on time, so we got to pivot.
And now, you know what? That's one of those topics you can't win on, because no matter what you say, you need to elaborate on.
Sure.
Right.
Like, I love, because I think one of the things that Jake alluded to in his statement that, and my dad did this with me. At the least, what we need to do as parents is teach our kids that everyone should be treated equally, regardless of how they dress, regardless of what they drive. You know that whole saying, you treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. And if nothing else, I hope we can all teach our kids that there is no one better. None of us are better than the other.
Every person is special.
That's why they have rules in sporting events. That's why if you work within the rules, then like Steph Curry doesn't break the rules. He's the greatest player in the game. You know what I mean?
It's also why we have participation awards.
Yeah,
but
because it's a level playing field. That's what the rules do.
Right.
It's also why we have
You don't want to know what I have
participation
to say
awards.
about those.
Hey, let's pivot. I know we gotta get going.
Next.
So Jake, Tony, which one do you guys want to throw it out
I
there
only
next?
need 60 seconds for mine.
Go, Jake, go.
60 seconds, and I was hoping you guys would do this with me. I need to cut a spec spot. This is Inside Radio. I need to cut a spec spot for my bidet company
I'm in.
because they're looking at like doing a deal with us,
I've used them.
like advertising them.
I'm in. I've used
I'm
one.
getting ready to buy one because of your reaction.
Wait, so you want us all to do
So
the
I want you
bidet
to
with
do
you
this spec spot with me.
right now?
Yeah.
right this minute?
So just
Okay.
give me the sex. We have the thing rolling. Let's
Go,
just do
yeah.
this right now.
Okay.
Let me,
Here we
get,
go.
let me get my thing rolling. We're going to try and nail 60 on this, all right? Okay, so. Hey, it's Jake for Bull Mornings for Bio Bidet. I just got the 6800 spa, and I'm here with the whole Bull staff. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I know you have questions. Fire away.
Does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt. It feels great.
Is there a dryer?
There is a dryer in my particular spot. Not all of them have it. The one that I got does have a dryer. Literally, I don't touch anything down there. I push one button, and then I just get up.
Amazing.
Does it really get you clean?
Yes. I was suspicious, and I did the what Joe called the white glove test, which is a gross way to put it.
Yeah, the white toilet paper test.
But you paint the picture, doesn't it?
I use toilet paper. I don't know what Joe's over there doing.
Oh, whoops.
But passes. It passes.
It passes?
Wow.
I want to know if it's a warm air breeze.
It is.
And how warm does the water get?
Room temperature.
I'm
it's
in.
very
Perfect.
Yeah.
How much
take
time do we
two.
have? Because I got more questions.
More questions. Fire away. Go.
How messy is it?
What do you mean? Oh, does it splatter?
Splatter
Yes,
everywhere.
yes.
It may for like smaller people. Not a problem for me.
Do you remain seated the whole?
It's a sealed system.
Do you remain seated the whole time, or do you got to kind of air up a little bit?
I see what you're saying. When I land, I position myself in the way that makes it.
And then you
All
spread
right,
'em?
real quick. A guy like Danny who's got nice little skinny thighs.
Yeah.
Does he have to close his legs together when that thing kicks in?
Wouldn't know.
I want to know, do you sit forward or backwards?
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Do you
Do
lean
you
forward
sit
or
forward
backward?
like you sit normally on the toilet, or do you turn around backwards and sit?
What? What?
Some bidets are different.
Whoa,
Just
what?
ask.
Are you asking, do I mount my toilet face forward?
Like a
No,
horse?
I hope you don't mount the toilet face forward
I
unless
don't know.
you're
You would
praying
have
to
some place
Jesus.
to put
wait a
some
minute.
stuff.
This just
Only
got
when he
really
wants to put his
weird.
magazine on top of the toilet so he can
on the
read.
laptop.
I'm writing another blog. That's something I'm going to start trying.
All right, so are we all clear? Anybody got any other
No,
questions?
that's
I
enough.
want one.
That's enough visual for me.
I'm in. I'm buying.
I'm in.
Biobidet.com. Go check them out.
Well done, Jake.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Oh, okay, great.
Like 3 spec spots.
Okay,
That is
I-
also the best part of this whole podcast.
I need 60 seconds, and we just got a few seconds. Tony, what do you have one today?
Mine is real quick. How many of you are doing something for Lent in here?
I am.
Me.
Okay, both of you two, and you wouldn't consider either one of you are definitely not religious.
I'm not
right?
Catholic.
Okay, so what makes you do it?
I love challenging myself with self-discipline.
Okay.
I'm vegan, for crying out loud.
So and you gave up sugar.
I gave up sugar.
Refined
Yeah,
sugar.
let me rephrase that.
Added
I'm
sugar.
giving up sweets.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll have a banana if there's sugar in my bread or whatever. But I'm not going to go out and have sweets and chocolate and things like that.
And Jake, you do it for yearly.
It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, more
Okay.
of like a discipline thing. Just see if I can do it. And I like the idea of sacrificing. I just like it.
Oh, okay.
You going to try one, Tony?
I every year it comes and goes, and I never come up with anything.
Shirtless
so
selfies. Do it.
Jen, what's yours
give
about?
up.
Give up
shirtless
beer
self.
For 40
for a
days.
month.
Oh, no way.
I don't do Lent.
Oh, you're not doing it? Okay.
How long do you do it? How long is Lent? I
40
should know
days.
this.
40 days.
40 days.
Everything in the Bible was 40 days. 40 days, 40 nights.
40 has a significant
7.
number, but that's going to be a really long podcast.
Yeah, okay. So let me wrap it up with this. Balloons. Luke Perry. Let me explain this situation. We lost Luke Perry from 90210 in 8 seconds. You know him from those in
Riverdale.
TV. In Riverdale, of course.
52 years old.
So Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son, put out this tweet. I shared it on a blog that you may have saw at 987thebull.com/mojo. So basically the story goes, Colin a few years ago and his wife were on a plane. This little couple of kids were just crying and carrying on and fighting the whole plane ride. It's like an hour and a half they're doing this. And the parents were they gave up. They couldn't. You know what it's like. You got a kid crying. What are you going to do if they don't stop? And so about 15 minutes before the flight landed, this gentleman comes up with a beard and a hat on, blows up a couple of balloons, handed to the kids, and they shut up. Like the entire plane cheers. They were so excited about this, right? And so Colin Hanks is like, wow, that was awesome. So they got off the plane. They see Luke Perry. And they're like, oh, my God, I think that's Luke Perry. They say, oh, my God, that was such a pro move back there. And he's like, yeah, that's why I always carry balloons with me on a plane when I travel. And he's like, man, that's amazing. So
Why did he wait till 15 minutes before the
okay,
plane
maybe he
landed?
didn't hear. He was up in first class. You can read his whole story. I paraphrased it for time.
It's hard when
He
you're
was sleeping
slurping
up in first class.
But I don't know about you,
slurping champagne up there. It's hard to hear.
right? It's the class line.
Eating
again.
steak.
But that's pretty neat that he would go to that.
Yeah,
Right,
and I don't know about
That's
you.
cool.
I'm always going to carry a few balloons with me when I travel now for that reason.
Won't those
love
pop
that.
when you land?
No, you don't air them up yet.
Oh, okay. We just handed them deflated balloons?
No, he blew it up.
You know what
You
happened?
blow it up with your own air, Jake.
I know, but when you land,
Yeah.
the air
pressure.
don't they explode?
Oh, and let me
I don't
just
know.
can I be
that's a
honest?
sad ending.
Hey, at that point, it's their problem.
In most
That's when they start
airplanes,
crying.
they're going to tackle you before you do that because some people are highly allergic to latex, and that would be my luck. I would hand it to the
God.
one kid that went into
No, he's
anaphylactic
right.
shock.
Oh, he's right. Here we go. Just trying to end on a sentimental moment.
I'm sorry. I would be
really
the one
like
person.
that story.
Pick
That
some
would
of
thank
the
you.
balloons.
That would be my luck. I would be the one. I
Candy
would
canes
hand it to
work.
the one kid who's going to have anaphylactic
canes.
shock.
Give him a lollipop. Is this gluten free? For the love.
There's something.
So on that note, hey, rest in peace, Luke Perry.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And if you're going to hand one kid a balloon, you got to hand them to all. Because remember, everybody's got to be treated equal.
You know what? Let's do this.
This
real
week's
quick.
BS brought to you by
Jesus.
socialism.
Before we do go, really quick, it's important to let people like a friend of mine did the other day. He talked about knowing the movements of a stroke fast.
Okay.
FAST. Always be aware of it, what it stands for. F is for face. See if the face is drooping.
Drooping.
Yep.
A is for the arm. The arm goes weak, can't move. S is for speech, and T is for one other thing, talk. Like they can't talk. Like they, they just that's what it was.
I
for.
think the symptoms for stroke and heart attack are very similar. minus the chest pain.
T would be for tingly, right?
No, I think it was T for talk because you can't talk. You literally, you're like your speech goes
The
away.
muscles in your mouth are just
stops.
Hey, if you find yourself hitting a wall, exhausted, stressed out, take some time.
It could be for tongue too. Your tongue swells up
Yeah.
as well. So just know those symptoms and be very, very safe. And go get yourself checked. It's it's a 10-minute thing. It's done, and that way you know you're safe.
Okay. On that note, anybody else have anything? All right.
We're gonna go.
Thank you for listening and watching. We'll do it next week at 10:30 on Wednesdays. BS, and thank you.
See you, Bull Nation.
Bye.